Welcome to the Footy Wrap for the last time for season 2007. The Cats have finally scaled the mountain and won the 2007 premiership.
Oh,
Did you love it, Paul?
It was like Hillary without a Sherpa.
Hillary Clinton?
No, it's Edmund Hillary.
You were there at the game?
Yeah, I was.
Did you get a piece of history?
I certainly did. After the game, I saw Weg out the front of the ground.
Oh, you got the Weg poster?
Yeah, it's a little bit different this year. He actually personally did all the posters. I think he's actually lost the plot a bit.
He's pretty old now. He's been doing it for almost, what, 50 or 60 years?
He was wearing a pair of underpants and that was it. So I'm a bit concerned by this one because it actually looks like the Cats giving everyone the finger. And
no, he's doing number one, like we're number one.
Well then I don't know what's going on down there. I'm not too sure what that is. And for some reason, the Grand Final Cup actually has a smiley face. So,
there'd be a few people in Geelong smiling at the moment, Paul.
I'm not about that poster.
My God, I mean, what an amazing win. To win by in excess of 100 points.
It was absolutely massive.
Did you expect that at all?
No, not at all. I mean, I tipped Port Adelaide.
Did you?
Yeah, like, how stupid am I? I thought all of them, the midfielders for Port Adelaide, the Burgoyne brothers and the Corns brothers played exceptionally well, but their forwards just didn't give them anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Steve Johnson won the Norm Smith medal.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a good choice?
I think so, yeah. I mean, he got 20 odd touches and he kicked 4 goals.
Who were the other heroes that could have won the Norm Smith?
Oh look, I think it was such an even performance.
I thought Chapman
Geelong.
had a bit of a
Chapman was
early.
great.
He was
kicked a few
important.
goals.
Yeah.
Matthew Scarlett's pretty good if a defender, well, a full back. I think he got 27 or 28 touches.
Was playing on the Hoff though.
Played on the Hoff and then spent a little bit of time on Treadray as well and absolutely creamed them.
Was it the most dominant performance by a team over the course of a year and in a grand final you've ever seen?
I don't know about over the course of the year. I think that Carlton team that barely lost a game in the late 90s was probably the most dominant performance by a team over the year, but it's certainly the most dominant for a game, if not a single game. How often do you see a flogging
Well,
like
they beat
that?
the Tigers by, I think, over 150 points earlier in the year. Well, it doesn't look so bad now.
Yeah, true. But I guess to
you just don't expect that in a grand final.
No, and to see them do that to the second best team for the year. I mean, what Port Adelaide did to the Kangaroos last week compared to how they played this week was just absolutely phenomenal.
And it seemed to me like watching the game, like the Geelong always got numbers around the ball. When the ball fell, there was always a spare Geelong player there. There's
a brilliant photograph of Gary Ablett in the paper this morning with 4 or 5 Port Adelaide players around him not being able to land a tackle, and he's just got the ball and he's casually slipping through the corridor.
There was another photo of him in a brimmed hat and a kilt as well at the after party. Did you see that one?
Things went a little bit crazy, did they, Gary?
But this Geelong team, it's a finesse team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a lot of those little handballs they do over the top and dinky ones, underground handballs.
It's impossible to lay a tackle.
They're tough, but they're finesse as well, aren't they?
They get tackled to the ground, and as the player hits the dirt, he gets
slip one out.
He does. I think Cameron Ling might have slipped one out in the last
Ginger
quarter.
Ninja.
I tell you what, did he get the biggest roar and applause
the mayor
when he collected his medal?
He's the unofficial mayor of Geelong.
And did you notice he had a bit of a sneaky kiss with his girlfriend behind the goals after the game?
That didn't look like the girl he took to the Brownlow. Do you remember the girl that he took to the Brownlow?
Cameron Lee might be doing a Jack Thompson. He might have a couple on the go at the same time.
What's Jack Thompson?
Well, back in the 70s, Jack Thompson used to live with 2 women in Sydney.
Did he?
Yeah. Maybe that, Lingy's the Jack Thompson of Geelong. Yeah.
Oh, no, we're happy with that. You met Jack Thompson.
I did, on set of a film.
Tell us about that.
I asked him if he wanted to play Uno, and he wouldn't. So I spread a rumour that he stole a sausage off my plate at the breakfast buffet.
And what did you think of the coverage of the game, Paul?
Oh, look, it was an absolute schmozzle. But of course, the icing on the cake was that man or that woman in the lycra.
Did you think that was a man?
I thought it was a man.
It had to be a woman, didn't it? She had short hair. But...
Androgynous? Is that what you call that sort of thing?
Well, could be. I thought she had boobs though.
Oh, I don't know. I just found it very difficult.
Suggesting they were man cans.
It might have been man cans, but I had that feeling you used to get when you'd watch Perfect Match and a real nuff would go on.
Yeah.
And you sort of sit there and you just feel awkward. Or that idle night when they show all the really bad ones. And the first couple are hilarious, but then you realise that these people have homes and families, And that's what it felt like. It was just such an awkward.
You felt sorry for her or just the whole event?
Just the whole event. It was like watching your kid in a bad school show. you know you've got to clap and you've got to enjoy it, but oh my God, it's cringeworthy.
So
in fact, I think it might have been directed by Mr. G from Summer Heights High. That's what it was like.
And then at the end, she was supposed to put the cup down on the dais.
Yep.
But she just couldn't quite find the target there. And then ended up handing it over to one of the officials who popped it down.
I reckon after last night, after a few charges, some of the Geelong boys might have struggled to find the dais.
So just finally, Paul, a massive congratulations to all those long-suffering Geelong fans who have waited so long for a premiership. I think the last time they won a premiership, Doug Wade was playing the push-button accordion on the bus on the way to the ground. So
Gee, I tell you what, that wouldn't have put them off. No wonder they didn't bloody win one again. Doug getting that out all the time.
And thanks to everyone for tuning in to the Footy Wrap this year. In particular, thanks to my sister Sharon, Molly, Cameron from the Podcast Network, and everyone who's tuned in and sent us messages over the course of the year. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and
it's been fantastic.
I'll do my thank yous as well. Thanks to Tim Lane and to Dermy and to Jonathan Brown, anyone that appeared on the Brownlow Medal special. I'd like to thank my grade 3 drama teacher, Mrs. Collins, who always... What's with the music? That's ridiculous. She said that I'd never make it, but here I am today. To the ex-girlfriends out there, you know, sucked in. I mean, look at me now, you know. I wasn't good enough for you, you know. I was not mature enough, a little bit too flighty. Yeah, well, you know, let's come home to nest now, mate. What's with the, this is and Jeff, and I guess, oh, gee whiz, so many people. I'd also like to thank my housemates as well, who you know, have put up with the fame that has gone with the Footy Wrap this year. I'd also like to thank the people that live along Smith Street there near my home. You know, I go in and get the paper from the pie shop, and I'd also like to thank my brother, if I haven't